Welcome to Rooster Radio, a broadcast dedicated to supporting and promoting local artists in the Gaston County and surrounding areas.
Hey folks, it's Michael here, and I wanted to take a moment and send a heartfelt thank you to those of you who keep watching and listening to this show. Over the last couple of months, I've really been debating whether or not I want to keep doing this podcast. I keep going back and forth between, I should keep doing it, and no, it's not really worth it, this, that, and the other. And here lately, in the last few weeks, a handful of you have been here at shows and you've made it a point to pull me to the side or come up to me and tell me how much you appreciate and enjoy the show. And to be honest, I really needed that. I never know if anyone cares about what we're doing with this show. It was always meant to be, just an expansion and extension of what we're doing here at the Rooster. It was always kind of a way to connect artists with audience. And I never know if it's working, but here lately you all have made it clear that it is. And I just wanted to say thank you because I've been really struggling with whether or not to keep doing this show. And with all of the feedback I've been getting lately, you've really given me the motivation to keep pushing and keep going. So I just wanted to say thank you to those of you who have made it a point to do that. And if you've never watched the show before and this is your first time, I hope that you'll keep watching it and that you keep believing in what we're doing here at the Rooster in downtown Gastonia. Peace and love. We're rolling? Okay. What's up, everybody? Want to let you know what we've got going on in the upcoming weeks here at the Rooster. Starting this Saturday, the 11th, with Not Your Kind Slipknot tribute with Midas 22 opening. This is a full-on Slipknot tribute to the original 9, masks, jumpsuits, the whole 9. It's going to be an awesome show. Go ahead and get your tickets for that. And then next weekend, we are part of the DTG Fall Bar Crawl on the 18th from 6 to midnight. All of the bars in downtown are participating. They'll have punch cards down at Dirty Bull. You grab your punch card, you follow the crowd through the evening, you come in and stop here, and then you finish up the street at Citycade, and then when you're done getting your card punched, you turn it in and come back here for a free show with Hindsight Hero, Mechanical Boulevard, and Gypsy Caravan. That's right, free show, no cover on the 18th. And then looking ahead on the 25th, Saturday 25th, that is the Carolina Headbangers Ball. This year's, you've heard me say it before, it's probably the best lineup I've ever seen on a Headbangers Ball. We've got Witch Pit, we got Chronic Disorder, we got Haymaker, we got Hellfire 76, we got Nosen, we got Vehement, Red Letter Philosophy. It's going to be an awesome day of heavy metal music here, just in time for the Halloween season. And speaking of Halloween, we finally announced it this past week, October 31st, Friday. Shell Shock Promotions presents Shocktober. This is going to be a trap metal and trap rap show. We got Dirty Butt from Charlotte on there. We got No Sign of Life. We got Two Stroke Smoke. We got Fonzo Rex and more. We got XYZ, and I'm forgetting a few, but it's going to be an awesome show. We're having a costume contest with a $100 cash prize at our Halloween party. And then the very next night, Saturday, November 1st, we welcome back for the first time in over a year, House of Hair, tribute to 80s hair metal. We love those guys. It's been a minute since we've seen them, so we're very excited. And then our good friends Bona Lisa is coming up from Columbia to open that show. And then last but not least, Sunday, November the 2nd, shout out to my man, DJ King Rash, Braden Hannibal, for bringing Cottonmouth Kings to the Rooster right here in downtown Gastonia with Redefined, St. Pariah, and a few others. It's going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited about that. I don't care if it's a Sunday night. It's the Cottonmouth Kings, y'all. Yeah, I mean, it's you work so hard to try to like get the word out. You try to find all these outlets, and it's nice. Like WBTV they've been generous to us. You know, at times the Gazette has been generous to us. The Observer, they did a story on us right when we first opened, and I've stayed in touch with the reporter. And every time I reach out to because I don't reach out much. It's only when it's like something really big or something really important. He's always got some other stuff going on, and so it's kind of hard to get much more attention in there. But we got to be on the North Carolina Weekend show, which was like a dream come true for me.
That's so cool.
I've been watching that show for the better part of 15 years. You know, like I've planned weekend trips around episodes
around what you see,
what you see on that show. So it was really surreal to like be on that. And I had a guy come in here a few weeks ago, in his mid 70s. He sat over there on the bench. He signed up at open mic.
Oh.
Got up, did a few like country bluegrass type songs. Real sweet guy. And then after his set, he came up to the bar and introduced himself to me. And so I walk up and I was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" He goes, "Well, you never know." No, he said, "When you're on TV, you never know who's going to show up," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, did you see us on the North Carolina Weekend?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I saw you on that show, and I drove all the way down from Mocksville, North Carolina, to come to your open mic." I was like, "Holy smokes, that's a 2-hour drive almost." And I was like, "Hell yeah, man! That's what it's about." You know what I mean?
That's so cool. Yeah.
So yeah. Any opportunity I get to like get some sort of press, I take it.
Yeah, dude, this was a really smart idea. I know you did it kind of out of necessity during the pandemic, but I mean, it's turned into something really freaking awesome.
It's funny you say that. I go back and forth all the time whether I want to keep doing it or not. And I actually
keep going.
I've sent out a heartfelt message on this episode. At the top of the episode, I've recorded a message to thank everybody because lately I've been struggling with whether or not to keep doing it. And in the last few weeks, a lot of people have like kind of gone out of the way to like tell me that they watch the show and they appreciate it and thank me and stuff. I'm like, well, I kind of needed that. Yeah. Every time I think I'm ready to quit this doggone show, somebody's like, "You're doing great. I love it." And I'm like, I can't quit now.
That's what happens. I mean, somebody comes and they chime in and you're like, okay, this is my why. This is why I got to keep going.
This is the goal. So it's like the goal was to like do that, to like the connection with the audience and the artist and all that stuff. And when someone tells you that you're achieving your goal, it's kind of, what am I going to quit for? You know,
I was thinking the other day too that this is like, the podcast is so cool because who else is going to have this broad of an archive of local music? You know, like,
oh yeah, that's a good point.
Right,
just like,
that
even if it's
from an archival sense, yes.
Even if it's not for now, even if we don't get a whole bunch.
I'm
never
going to be just like every other artist.
Well,
no one's going to appreciate this stuff till I'm gone.
Yeah, right. It's all important, man, because you're telling people's stories, and
that's exactly what we're doing. I've been saying that since day one. Everyone's got a story to tell. Yeah. So let's tell your story, Kathleen.
Okay, are we ready?
So we've been ready. We've been rolling. Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking with Kathleen, who is the brainchild, so to speak, behind the Ladylike Fest that's happening this Friday here at the Rooster. So let's start with, what is Ladylike Fest?
Well, Ladylike celebrates all things femme or femme identifying, and we're out here to say we love you. I mean, very simply, I think there's a lot of divisiveness out in the world right now, and we're here to support whatever your definition of the Femme Experience is. Give a lot of love, get a lot of light. We do that through entertainment. We've got a jam-packed show for you guys. It's going to be really phenomenal. We have music performances, body painting, you name it, you've got it. Art that's going to be sold, art on exhibition, all of it.
Yeah, like she said, this is a jam-packed event. There is a lot going on, and throughout the course of this episode of the podcast, we're going to get to everything happening. But we'll jump around a little bit because I'm just curious, where this idea came from? Like, what was the spark that made you decide I want to do this? Where did it come from? Because you're not just doing it by yourself.
Well, so when you get in the mud, you got to figure out a way to dig yourself out, or swim, whatever you choose. And I was in a conversation with a wonderful friend of mine who's also a female nonprofit owner and just the most big, beautiful heart, but an excellent businesswoman. And despite all of that, was really, really struggling to float the boat. She thought she was going to have
with
to.
her nonprofit.
Yes. Yeah.
So she was feeling shaky about what her mission and all that.
She thought, well, the mission was on point, but the donations weren't.
They never are.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, I hate to say it, but the money is what floats the boat. And she was really feeling downtrodden. And so we were talking about it. And I said, let's, maybe we could make T-shirts and things like this. We had all kinds of different slogans that we bounced around. And it was a joke. It actually started as a joke, but it moved into a conversation with a lot of my female friends that they were feeling the same way. They were feeling like the money was drying up in arts for women and in business too. Like women business owners were really struggling. And I said, well, we need to band together. We got to do something about this. And that's where we came about with Ladylike. So.
Yeah, and it's a fresh idea. In the past I've tried to do things around Mother's Day that are like female oriented. We've tried we tried like an all female artist showcase. We've done the hunks, the Magic Mike stuff.
Okay.
but what drew me to what you're doing is that's all a guy trying to speak to women, right? I'm a guy.
Yes.
I'm a man, right? So this is a genuine effort, by women for women kind of thing.
Yes.
I'm like, well, this is the thing. That's what I've been missing the whole time, right? Is having a female overseeing and putting it together. And of course, it's you've got so many things going on, just like the female mind.
Yeah. Male mind's got a few things going on too, but I can roll with
we're
that.
simple creatures. We are simple creatures.
Not complicated.
Yeah, well, we are
what does it say,
divine,
balls
so
empty,
just
belly
saying, yeah. But there is a balance, and I think that part's been really interesting to explore too. The balance between the feminine and masculine energies too, and trying to find something there. We're here to support however you feel your feminine experience is, because it's going to be different for everybody. Somebody might find a lot of strength in saying, I'm a really strong woman, I work out all the time and that's my thing, right? Or somebody might find a lot of comfort in the softness, the softer side of what it is, to be considered a quote unquote femme identifying individual. And so we're really exploring all of it.
That's why there's so much going on too, between the art and the music and the poetry.
Yes, because we want to show, and in the space of conversation, that's where we all figure it out.
Yeah.
So instead of, I want to swear, but I'm not going to, Mike. Instead of being unkind to each other, this is where we find a different way to play. Because just as women can be super supportive, they can be real jerks to each other too.
Yeah, it can be real catty. I can't tell you how many times I've heard a female say to me, I don't have any female friends. My friends are all guys. Yeah, I've heard that a lot throughout my life. And you hear all these anecdotal stories about, catfighting and stuff like that. And, it's nice to be in a space where women can support each other.
Thank you.
And so let's talk about what to expect at Ladylike Fest. For me, I love the live music. I love art in general, but I want to start with the music because you've got some fantastic musical acts on this show.
Oh, we do.
So you want to kind of go through what people can expect to see on the stage.
Well, we're just going to blow your mind. I mean, that's it. So just be ready for a phenomenal experience. We're going to take you on the most beautiful ride you've ever been on. It has its ebbs and flows, but we're going to rock this joint. We have Mariah Von Cleef, who really taps. Oh man, she taps into the quiet spaces. She taps into the softer side.
Experience with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hosted our open mic briefly for a few months, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch her perform. She has this sultry kind of.
She goes into another place.
Yeah,
she really does. She
Especially
takes
with
you
the full
off.
band, it's
Yeah.
a whole,
Oh yeah, she literally takes you off into like this fantasy universe. I mean, it really is amazing.
Kind of in the like genre of like jazzy, bluesy kind of vibe. If you're wanting to know what type of music it is,
very sultry.
Yeah, but it's I mean it's almost sensual.
Yeah. Yes. It has, and interestingly enough, she's also going to be doing belly dancing with us. Which, if you think about the rhythms that are involved in belly dancing, it's very, very similar. Her music plays that out. Yeah. But it talks to that because that's part of who we are too. As much as we're tough and we're soft, we are sensual beings too.
Yes.
So it's an important part of it. And then we also have Christy Ormond, who indie music wise, we're super excited about.
That'll be her first time performing here, so
Oh,
I'm excited.
wow.
Yeah, we haven't seen Christy yet, so I'm excited to see her.
Yeah, they were nominated just recently for Best in the Nest with Queen City Nerve.
Mm-hmm.
So we're super, super excited to have her out. And then we also have Pam Taylor and the Flying V, who, anyone have experience with Pam, Yeah.
Yeah, she's another one that's just like her. She has an aura about her, like a magnetism about her. Like, you know what I mean? Like when she walks into the room and you start talking to her, you're like kind of drawn in.
Oh, you are.
She's got just like a very magnetic energy about her, and I her music is so much fun to listen to. It's so much fun to see her perform. I've seen her perform solo, but not with the band, so that's going to be a treat.
I had the pleasure of seeing Samantha Fish last night. And if anyone's heard of her, that's kind of the vibe that Pam definitely brings. Like she just, the way she sings and with the power that she brings behind it, it rocks your entire soul. Like your whole body just is like, wow. I've been absolutely blown away by this experience, and it sticks with you. It really does. It sticks with you. But yeah, she's that bluesy, powerful, magnetic personality. So we're really excited to have her out.
Yeah, and then to cap the night off, the headliner it's a film-fronted outfit called Lilith Rising. Yeah. They've played here before. Their drummer, Alan, is one of my favorite people on the planet. He's got the biggest heart in the world. Love him to death. He has literally given me the shirt off his back. Were you here for that? That has literally happened. I got to tell this story real quick about how awesome Alan is. So, he works for his day job is he works for a distributor that we purchase beer from. And he was bringing some stuff by one day, and he had on this polo that had a Johnny Bootlegger's logo on it. I was like, dude, that's a cool shirt. I was like, I want one of those. He says, what size are you? I said, I'm 2X. And he pulled that thing off of his back. He had a white shirt on underneath, so he wasn't naked in here. And he pulls it off and just hands it to me. I said, I'm not taking the shirt off your back, dude. He said, I got 2 more at home. I said, all right, I'll take it then.
Yeah, but it really speaks for the energy, and that part is really, it's the dichotomy there is so fascinating to me, because here's this like exceptionally kind individual, and they'll screamo your face off, So it's like in the music, it's so interesting how they find that balance.
And if I had to put a genre on, I would say I call them cathedral rock. They've kind of got like that European, like early 2000s metal vibe, like Nightwish, Evanescence-esque, that kind of vibe. Yeah. Taryn's got that high register that she sings in, and they're a fun band.
Alan's drum set is like a thing to behold.
Yeah, that's true. And he's bringing the big kit. Alan's bringing the big kit. So he's got one that he takes out for shows, and he's got the big kit. And he told me the other day he's bringing the big kit.
There's stuff up in the
It's a monster set. It's the drum kit alone is a sight to behold.
Well, we're excited about the energetic aspect of that too, man, because it's like the female experience too can be very ferocious. And so having that complement too. I mean, you think about the whole concept of childbirth. There's nothing light and fluffy about that. There's a lot of screaming and, and craziness going on, bringing a life into this world. It's kind of wild, I
can't believe you just compared Lilith Rising's music to childbirth. That is awesome. That is the best. That is the best promo. Cut that,
please. We're bringing a life into this world. It's going to be freaking
beautiful
crazy
and painful and messy.
And,
a lot of bodily fluids.
Edit. Edit.
Yes. Now, if that doesn't make you want to come to this show, I don't know what's wrong with
I
you.
don't know what does.
So I'm sorry I keep looking down, but I want to make sure that we give everybody, a little bit of love and attention on the show. But those are all of that. So that's 4 musical acts.
Yes.
We should probably say the doors open at 5:00 on Friday.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to kick off all the things around 6. But there's a lot to squeeze in. So in between bands, there will be other things to do. So, I guess before we move on, let's shout out Seven Harris.
Yes,
because
we gotta love Seven.
It's kind of music, but she'll be doing spoken word.
Yes.
And Seven is another just calming, warming presence when in the room. Her husband, Bay, is a hip hop artist that's performed here before. He's been on the podcast. Love Bay to death. Love Seven to death. I'm really looking forward to seeing them because I haven't seen them in quite some time. So yeah, how did you get hooked up with Seven?
Now that was truly one of the most beautiful confluences of the universe. So, the pandemic did a lot of crazy things for everybody. In fact, as we talked about the start of this podcast, right? So I was looking for a space of healing. I was working as a nurse. I did all the conventional stuff and it just wasn't working. So I started to go find myself a little corner in Cavendish and take down my mask and sip my beer and write some poetry. I'm just sitting there writing. And I've got all this stuff. And I had met Seven through an art event that I'd went to in Charlotte. And she told me about this open mic that she had in Gastonia. And I was like, Gastonia? Really? And it was a poetry-focused open mic. It was at Sweet Expectations, which is no longer. It was a little ice cream shop on 321. And it was, I'm thinking, okay, so this is going to be open mic. It's going to be interesting. You never know what to expect in an open mic situation.
There's a lot of slurping.
You never know what to walk into. And I was really nervous because I'd never done spoken word before. I'd never got up and read my poetry aloud to another human being. And it was the most professional damn thing I'd ever seen in my life. It was like this. I mean, here in this little ice cream shop in Gastonia in the pandemic, there were lights, there was the mics, there was, my buddy, Kalen, who's part of the Remount Record crew, he was the MC for the event. Noxlist, if you want to look him up. If you need someone to MC a show, Noxlist is your man. But he was amazing. And he got everybody going. And got everybody up to the stage, and then Seven walks up. And it's like the whole energy of the place just gets into this place of peace and calm and relaxation. And we start to really talk about the meaning of the poetry. How does it hit your heart? Why did you write it? So from a therapeutic aspect, she made us really think about, okay. So I'm not just doing this for the sake of doing this. I'm doing this to find some healing while I'm doing this. And maybe in the space of community, other people there who are listening will find some healing too. So that's the kind of energy that she brings.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. She is amazing. So that's all those are all the things you can expect to see on stage. And also there will be a belly dancing performance.
Yes, and body painting too.
And body painting on stage.
Yeah, and I haven't confirmed if it's a woman or a man yet, but she did have a man out who was not ugly at the last one. So just saying.
Which, by the way, that's why this is an 18 and up event.
Yes, that is important to say.
Yeah, I probably should have started there. There will be a graffiti wall and a self-expression station. Tell me about that.
So self-expression station, just write what you feel, whatever it is that day.
So is it going to be like a whiteboard or like what is it, a canvas?
We have a 4-foot by 8-foot panel and people can just put whatever they want.
And it's Sharpie paint? What are they using?
Yeah. Sharpie. Well, we have Posca pens and things like that. So it's like acrylic
and different
pens,
colors and stuff. So if you want to say something and put some color and pop to it, you can do that.
You definitely can do that.
All
yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we can auction that off at something later.
Yeah.
We'll see what ends up on it first.
How bad it gets.
Yeah, we'll see how good or how bad it can get. All right, so Lindsay Medler.
Oh.
Tell me about Lindsay Medler.
Lindsay's the bomb. So if you look up Lindsay on Instagram, she's I'm here for plants.
Yes.
And yes, she is. She's 100% here. she's very big into our connection with nature. And if you think about women, from a natural aspect, like we are way connected. Like the cycles of the moon dictate how we function, like all these different things. Like we are way deeply connected. And so she grows plants, but she paints the most beautiful artwork you've ever seen in your life. Like you remember the one she made, I think it ended up going to you, the one that we made at Bruce and Hughes. Yeah. It's really phenomenal. So her connection to nature comes out in everything she does. So she'll be doing a live paint, kind of flanking the stage over here, so you get to see her create her magic.
Yeah, you'll get to see her work while the performances are happening, which is kind of a cool. I've seen that before, and it kind of adds like this subtle little extra entertaining element to things because you can see something come alive on a canvas right before your eyes. And oftentimes they'll get into a rhythm that matches what's happening on stage, which is really odd that it goes like that, but it does. It's really cool to see. And then we've got Victoria Martinez.
We had 25 minutes.
Well, we may have to bleep this out.
We'll call it magical photography. We'll say that.
Okay.
Magical photography. So she is capturing the feminine experience in a very unique way. She has a circle of women. As a lot of times, one other part of the discussion of all things femme identifying is, people have a lot of, especially when you're first getting it out in this world and your experience as a femme identifying individual, there's a lot of body shaming. Like you're out there, people tell you got to look a certain way or you got to act a certain way, and so everybody internalizes that, and it unfortunately, in some cases, turns into a real negative self-image. Yeah. So what Victoria does is she says, you are gorgeous. You are a goddess, an absolute goddess. And she really brings that out in her art and photography, so we're going to be exhibiting that.
Right on. And just a little, from a male perspective to speak on that, personally, everyone has their own preferences, but I feel like the best way to combat that kind of negative energy and those expectations is to find a way to be comfortable in your skin and be confident.
Yes.
I'm more attracted to confidence than anything.
Yeah.
You mean it. However it is you want to look, whatever it is you want to say, you mean it. Yeah. And when you do, and you believe what you're saying, and you believe in yourself, everyone else sees that. Yeah. And I think that's a real tough barrier for a lot of females is they struggle with that, that confidence. Because as soon as you get confident, somebody's right around the corner to
say something else.
Yeah, say something to tear you down. Yeah. But that's just my little 2 cents.
And that's one of the reasons why this is so important, because we're out here to say, shut out the noise. Listen to the supportive voices out there.
Yeah, when you stop giving a crap what people think about you and say about you, life gets a lot more fun.
Yeah.
It really does.
Exactly. Walk in with that swagger. Go into the room with
get away
that
from
confidence.
this is what you should look like, this is what you should be like, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just be yourself.
Throw out the shoulds.
Yep.
Yeah, just be you.
All right, we're getting down. We're almost got everybody here. We still got Kristen Stevens to talk about. Tell me about Kristen.
Oh, yeah. So Kristen, she's a phenomenal woman. So not only is she going to be bringing out her products, so she does a lot of natural body products, which is going to be, if you want to tap into that, if you're feeling like you need a little personal TLC and some love, adornment is a thing. We adorn ourselves and how we take care of ourselves, with, moisturizers, those sort of things, and jewelry and all that, but there's something very spiritual in that adornment. There's something you're honoring yourself and you're honoring who you are as a human being. And it also makes you unique, what adornments you choose. So what scent is your scent? That sort of thing.
It's a way of expressing yourself.
Yes, it's part of that self-expression we're talking about and embracing whatever that is. So she's bringing that, but she's also bringing a sensual yogic experience. So she'll be coming to the stage with sensual ecstatic movement. So we get to kind of flow with our bodies and just embrace how that feels in the moment and not be ashamed of it. We're taught, oh man, that whole concept of ladylike is a whole thing. We talk about the good, bad, and the ugly and how we're supposed to behave. So behave, however, are we at 25 minutes? Can I say it? Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Behave however the fuck you want to behave, okay? So it's okay to outwardly express your sensuality. And so we want to give a safe space for that. And that's what Kristen's offering us. Yeah.
All right. And then the last thing on the list is, well, no, there's two more things actually. We mentioned it before, but talk about Jessica Abstract and what she'll be doing exactly.
Oh, yeah. So Jessica's awesome. So I highly encourage everyone to check out her stuff on Instagram. It's Jessica Abstract on Insta. And she body paints everyone under the sun. She body paints couples. She body paints men and women, all kinds of identifying individuals. You know, she really takes your essence, like whatever your energy is, whatever your vibe is, and she brings it out in all these beautiful, vibrant colors. So she'll be doing that live. We'll have a model here. She'll be, you know, doing all the beautiful work to like bring that beautiful energy out for everyone to see.
Right on. And then the last thing on here is there's going to be a short film, a very short film. Can you talk a little bit about the film, what it is and what it's about?
So again, that connection to nature, interstitial is exactly that. We find a lot of space of peace, especially, you know, we're out there. I talked to a woman recently because I conduct classes as a nurse as well, and I did a recent lunch and learn where we talked about sleep, and the entire room was packed with women, like just loaded with women. And so many of them struggle with sleep because they're so highly scheduled. Like they're just running all day long to take care of all these things that either they feel they're expected to do or they feel somebody else expects them to do. So then at the end of the day, they're sitting there thinking, oh, I still got to do this, or I still got to do that, or all these things are running through their head.
Mind's still racing, yeah.
Yeah, and the mind is racing and they just can't relax. So my job as a nurse health coach is to help them find ways to do that. And for me personally, connection to nature is huge. Finding that space where you have complete silence, just hearing, you know, the crickets off in the background or the sound of the birds, you know, it really connects you back to self and find that place of peace to let that stress go.
That's actually universal. That's actually not just unique to
oh no,
film.
that's like everybody.
I mean, just personally, you know, I live out on Crowder's Mountain, and I can't tell you how many times I will just I take off up that mountain just to do that, just to get away from people and connect with my surroundings.
My favorite room in my house is my my sunroom. When I have so many plants, you're talking about. I have thousands of fucking plants to like.
Awesome.
That I need to chop up and sell or something like that. But it's like the sun, the way, especially with the weather getting cooler now and everything, it's my favorite place in the house.
Yeah. So that's what the film's about?
Yeah, the film's about that. Majority of it was filmed over at Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens, and it's a little trippy. It's a little trippy drippy. You know? So just take yourself off into a place of peace and relax for a minute, and before we get back to rocking the house.
So I'll say this: tickets start at $10.
Yeah.
You can go to the roostergastonia.com, click on our events tab. It'll be right at the top. You'll be able to see Ladylike Fest. There are also other tiers, like other experiences.
Yes,
so can you talk a little bit about what else you can do? There's
also a silver and a gold level. So the silver level gives you, like some stickers from the artist, a more personalized experience, a little swag bag. And then the very top tier level gets you a really awesome T-shirt. I'm going to brag on our little flyer right here. I don't know if you can zoom in on this, or maybe if you can add in a picture later, but the reason why we named the festival Ladylike, we had kind of it's past 25 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, initially it was going to be Tough as Vaginas. And then we decided.
So much more difficult.
Might not sell tickets on that one. And my friend Allie has one of her best friends who's a tattoo artist. And she had the words Ladylike tattooed on her knuckles. And so those are going to be the T-shirts at the gold level. So you got to get your hands on those. We will also have a gentleman out doing screen printing at the event. So even if you don't purchase that level, but then you see the T-shirt and you're like, oh, I got to have this T-shirt, you will be able to get that at the event. Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah. And if anything you heard today interests you, go online, get a ticket, and be here this Friday. The doors open at 5. I can't promise we're going to post a schedule of events for the day.
No, we will. Yeah, we'll get it up. Yeah,
maybe a day or two before the show, we'll put up like a like a set time list, so you'll know
I
what
got it
time
all.
everything's going on. So if there's just part of it you want to partake in, just remember while you're here to support the bar and tip the bartender. No, it's not me. It'll be Abigail. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah.
I have one more thing I want to
Okay.
add too, so that we also have a film component. So there'll be a filmmaker coming out. Her name is
Oh,
Paige.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she's recording what your experience is. So she's going to go around and ask people, what does ladylike mean to you? And, like I said, we're going to the good, bad, and ugly. So how does bless your heart hit your heart?
Yeah.
How does that feel to you? The good, bad, and the ugly. And then things like, what's something that your mom or your grandmother said that resonate with you still today? And that one has brought out some really beautiful
Don't
stuff.
call me grandma. Call me grandmother.
Yeah.
That's,
Or mama.
Old school.
Yeah. Or nana. Yeah.
I'm not
yeah.
old.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Heard. Love it. Yeah, but we're embracing all of that. So let's come out. We're gonna have a damn good time. We're gonna really rock the freaking house. It's
Yeah,
gonna
this
be
is
awesome.
going to be a lot of fun. And I do want to thank you and Chris for putting this together. I should mention the Charlotte Street Art Collaborative. That is Kathleen's nonprofit. Crowd and Chords is Chris's
music management.
music management company. Yeah, what do you call that? But I'm looking forward to doing more events in the future. We actually have started a conversation about what we're going to do for Mother's Day this year. We're not going to say anything yet.
Not yet.
But I'm very, very excited about what we can do with that. And I appreciate you trusting us to host an event like this. It's people may have something to say about a person like me hosting an event like this, but I say I'm all for it. I think it's a
Yeah.
wonderful idea, and I'm glad that there's somebody that I know that can do something like this, because I don't think I could pull this off. So thank you for putting all this together.
Well, thank you.
Really
It's
appreciate it.
it's a labor of love, so it's all about that.
Awesome.
And I appreciate you and all that you've done for the community. So give yourself a little bit of love, man.
Well, you're
Really
one of
cool.
like 12. So. I'm kidding. Thank you. Anything else you want to share?
Just women and femme identifying individuals fucking rock. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Don't get the
Yeah.
wrong idea. This is fun. Like
Yeah.
this isn't like a big serious thing.
It's a party. It's a
this
party
is a big
too.
party.
Yeah, it is a big party, and also too that everyone is welcome. So we're
Yeah.
celebrating the femme identifying experience, but we need allies out there, man. Like we
Just
all
don't
got
be
to
a
work
creep.
together. you
Yeah,
know?
don't be a creep.
Yeah,
Ah.
just don't be a creep.
That.
Yeah.
Don't be a creep.
Yeah, just be cool, man. Just be cool.
Yeah.
You will get
All
thrown
good.
out so fast.
Yeah, we're very, very protective of women in this
Yes,
space. I think
yes,
that's
thank
that's
you.
pretty well known across
We
the board.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks again, Kathleen. I appreciate it. Bob, you got anything?
No, I'm good.
Awesome.
All
Thank you for
right.
watching, people. Peace and love. We'll see you later.
Much love.